This is sponsored by us. You know what I'm saying? It's for us by us, but we ain't wearing FUBU. Ain't nothing wrong with FUBU for real. Like if
Shout
you
out to
if you
football.
repping your FUBU, especially if it's platinum FUBU, because that shit you ran me a
Hey,
ticket.
if anybody has a FUBU jersey with the 05 on it, send it my way. Send it my
That's
way.
hard because your
I
name
agree.
five.
See,
I see the vision. Hey, it's me in here. It's my dog single in here. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We have nothing to talk about. Nothing.
but
But
we gonna talk about something.
we gonna talk about something. We just did a whole. It's 10:45. We've been podding for an hour 45 minutes and like about nothing. Say, let me tell you this. Let let's just act like they ain't even here.
Yeah.
Designer shoes, because we was talking about that Marys.
Yeah.
Designer
Go ahead.
shoes, that shit is stupid. That shit looks whack. It looks bad. I don't care how y'all dress it up. You cannot. It's like y'all boys is wearing Rockports again.
Why? Why spend that money on that? Why?
Oh man.
I mean, I get it, bro. I'm not here to knock nobody's style. Like, I'm sure my style has flaws in it that somebody else's flaws, but style is personal, so I get it. But you're starting to look alike. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's looking alike. When you, I mean, yeah, some certain things people gonna wear, cool. But these big, thick shoes, pause if that is like, and y'all walking around during the second line in these shoes, like what purpose are you trying to put up? Like, is it worth it?
Hey, we we're this pod is a result of a conversation about losing recipes. I don't know. You know what? Let's just tie it all in. You know what? The Pelicans are designed to shoot.
Hmm. Explain.
The Pelicans are designed to shoot. The Pelicans have no style whatsoever. They have no they
Ooh.
have no style whatsoever. They can you know what the Pelicans are? They the
Mm,
people who go out and they buy the $900 pair of shoes and
mhm.
then everything else just look terrible. You look good and terrible. There's no basis, functionality. Like, are your shoes comfortable? Are you trying to be? Are you? What are you trying to go for? Are you trying to be fresh? Are you being comfortable? Like, are you being provocative? What are you doing?
I think you're right in your analogy. They are a big copycat brand. Nothing's original. That's why it feels so foreign to like when we watch not just necessarily the team, but just more so like the organization and we question different things. They feel like a different sect of New Orleans. I think that's kind of the thing that we were kind of premising before, even in our conversation. There seems to be a split because we don't necessarily recognize the brand of the Pelicans. We don't necessarily know what it is. Like it somewhat connects to the community, but it's like something's off. And to your point, it's like this really expensive shoe with no flavor to it. There's no style. It's like you put that on because you saw somebody else do it.
That's what I think. Man, I think yeah, I hate design. I don't hate them. No, I don't hate them all because America Cups could go forever be for me. They gonna hold a special place in my heart. And listen, I don't. There's been a lot of how do I want to say this? Um, I've had a lot of pair of Gucci tennis that were not so over the top, that were very classic. You know what I'm saying? White, little G here. You know what I'm saying? Little green here. Whatever, whatever. But the Pelicans are the orthopedic shoe bottom with the low top triangular front with the fat laces. What are you going for? What are you going for?
To that point, I think you were like saying like this team and this organization and just how they run things. Like we don't know what you're trying to do. We don't know where you're going. You could be going, hopefully not to a second line. You could be going to church. You could be going, for brunch. I don't know what you're trying to pull off. Like, are you just trying to walk downtown in the French Quarter? I don't know what you're trying to do.
The title of this episode is "The Pelicans Are a Designer Shoe."
they are. The fact that we solved it in like 5 minutes, but they are. Like they have. You know what? You talked about the Gucci. Like
Yeah,
at the you probably bought it at a point where the price wasn't too much and it seemed practical. It wasn't until like what let's say 3 to 5 years ago, probably like
it
maybe
exploded. Yeah.
post, let's say post coronavirus outbreak, like
Mhm.
you could design your Americups with
You
ease,
could, and you didn't have to pay $900.
and you didn't have to pay $900 for it.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it's like, all right, why am I spending $1,000 on like it doesn't make logical sense, and that's our
Oh.
ooh, it
You
just
know,
doesn't. Yeah, I might be on
nah,
the
finish your
third
point.
eye.
Finish your point. Finish
Yeah,
your point.
it may be like, what's the purpose of spending this? And it doesn't make sense.
You know what the Pelicans are? The Pelicans, like we've said, they're a designer shoe, not only by stylistically, but fit for them roster fit, right? And like you said, I could have bought this shoe at one point for a cost effective at a
Ooh.
cost effective level where the CE was normal. Now you want me to go into the tax, which is
Mm,
something that they avoid. Why I
mm.
gotta go into the tax when y'all avoiding the tax? Let's take this to a whole nother level, right?
Go
Hold
ahead,
up.
go ahead,
Let's
go
take this to
ahead.
a whole nother level. All right, so look, why do Pelicans fans feel like they're too good for everything in every player on every other team? KD wasn't good enough. Kyrie wasn't good enough. James Harden wasn't good enough. Now at this point, we're talking about Hall of Fame. If we just keeping the shoe, we keeping the shoe talk alive. This is a Hall of Fame type shoe. This
Mm,
is a classic,
mm.
right? These things were not good enough for you, but it always comes back to bring Chris Paul back. Brother, those shoes are worn.
It, I'm gonna use the analogy we used earlier. If those players were like Air Force Ones, like some G Nikes, like Chris Paul looks like one of the white pair that the worn white pair that the little white girls wear. Like, bro, they gone. Like they
Oh,
done for. They done for. Like, and I like Chris Paul. I'm pretty sure there's some use to him. You know what? I got a partner that has like a bucket full of older Air Force Ones. Grateful. It's like upward. It probably now is like upward of 30 pairs just over his lifetime. You know what he does with those shoes?
what's that?
He cut grass in them.
As he should.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's some use to it,
As he
right? There's
should.
some practicality to it, but I can't go out and about in those.
He ain't
I
going
can't.
out in public.
He not. He at the house doing yard work. Oh, yard boy. Like he's doing yard work. He is trimming hedges. He is um edging his yard, like making sure his yard doesn't impede with his neighbor's yard. That's what he's
Absolutely.
doing with their shoes. He's weed eating, he's gardening. And you know what? And when they really done, he just goes in the crate and gets a newer, older pair to do the exact same thing.
I
And
don't
you talked about KD, you talked about Russ. No, sorry, you talked about KD, you talked about Kyrie, you
we
talked
can
about
talk about
James.
Russ though.
Yeah, I mean, they probably felt like Pelicans fans probably felt like Russ would, be too. They would be too good for a player like Russ. Look at Kyrie right now. Would you be too good? Imagine Kyrie's leadership. right? Because Lucas expounded upon that topic several times to the national media in front of Kyrie about how his leadership has been impactful for the Dallas Mavericks, right? Imagine that type of leadership next to a guy like Zion. Who knows?
Hey man, look. y- First of all, you're never gonna find. How do I want to say this, dog? You gotta stop being. Sometimes you gotta stop being yourself. Be somebody else. Be somebody else, because yourself is just not good enough.
No, no, Lito, they're not.
No.
They're not being themselves when they say things like that.
Okay.
Those are talking points for other organizations. Because if the Pelicans fans were truly like knowing themselves or true to themselves, they would never say that. They would never say we, the Pelicans, that this team, this organization that has never went to the conference finals, right? That has never been to the NBA finals, right? Has 2 seasons where you've won 50 games. Oh, no, you only have one season where you won 50 games. Sorry.
It's
Right.
crazy.
So why would any player that's we talked about top 75 caliber players be too good for you? The reason why you think you're another organization. You think you're the Lakers. They could say shit like that. You think you're the Knicks. Although they haven't won in recently, they could say shit like that. The Clippers, they possibly could say shit like that. You can't.
You got a team in the Pelicans that this organization for real, like they have a I'm gonna say this respectfully. They have a way, they have a style in which they want to win. Dog, I don't care how you win. I don't care. I'm tired of being a loser. I don't want to be I don't want to be an orthopedic designer shoe anymore. I don't want to be the Metairie Pelicans. I don't want to be the North Shore Pelicans. Like I want you to respect
Hey,
regionally.
whoa.
I'm sorry.
No disrespect, right? Like,
No
yeah.
disrespect to none of that. No disrespect to none, Metairie. No disrespect
No,
to.
no, no. Disrespect them. I'm just talking about the North Shore. I gotta, take care of my people.
Oh man! Shout out to the North Shore, man.
For sure. I agree with you, bro. They they want to be really expensive. They want to. You know what? The Pelicans are cheap, but want to look expensive.
They're a $200 date. They're two hundred
Yeah,
dollar date.
yeah. You really ain't got it, but you gonna act like you got it. Like you shouldn't be doing what you doing, but you gonna sit up here in front. Like, it took a couple of weeks. Them people had to put that pressure to get that 11 million out of them.
Why? You know what? I didn't even. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even dive into the story. I just saw that a billionaire owed $11 million, and I called her broke. If I could be honest, I called her broke because I felt like she paid her bills the same way I pay my bills, and I'm not a billionaire.
Well,
So
hmm,
you know
hmm.
what I'm saying? Hey,
I'm not.
hey,
I'm not saying the lady. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying the lady broke, but you got to be cognizant of the time frame. The fact that I'm sure a company didn't go public with information without reaching out first for the money that they've been owed. That's usually kind of how that goes. They're gonna reach out to the people that owe them money, and then when the people that owe them money don't give them the money that they're owed, then they use other forms of ways to try to get everybody involved so they can get their money. I've never been late on a bill, but I know several people that are close to me that have been late on a bill or two before. And guess what they do when been late on the bill? The bill people that are searching for them, they call their friends. Like, hey, your friend owes me money.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Have you talked to such and such? Uh-uh.
never met him.
I ain't
Don't know
talked
who
to
he is.
never. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Thought he died.
And yep. And then I hang up the phone and I call said person. I'm like, hey, you need help? What's up? That's kind of what happened. The bill collectors called, was like, hey, she owe money. And everybody started to know. And guess what? That bill got paid very, very quickly, didn't it?
I had a funny story about that I don't know if I'm gonna tell it here, but one day just remind me to tell you whether on the pod or off the pod about uh a bill collection agency calling about one of my friends.
All right.
Yeah. I got a photo to show you though. So let me see.
Woo.
On the left, on
Who's
the
that?
on the left we have the New Orleans Pelicans. On the right, we have a functioning basketball team um who, you know, listen, this is the thing about team building and exercises of this magnitude. The thing is like scare money don't make money,
No, I don't.
right? You know what it is you have. You cannot be so afraid of the unknown that it cripples you from like even trying to find out like who are you really if you don't know like what you are, or, like who you have, or like how you want to move. I get a certain having a certain type of player you go after with compassion and love and heart. Like you want high character, high quality guys. Look, I'm not saying bring criminals into the organization, but I'm saying,
Nah. Bring the criminals.
yeah, yeah, okay, I am saying that. But what I'm saying is like, yo, if a player doesn't fit your modus operandum, I think you should maybe like adjust the mode a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe yo, you don't want Trey Young because he's a quote unquote he's a shot chucker. He's a guy who uh
Allegation.
alle-
Accusation. Accusation.
accusation. Damn, I wish I had that clip. Uh he's a guy who for all intents and purposes feels like he's a bad teammate. For all intents and purposes, looks like he can't play without the basketball. And yeah, I don't care.
I don't.
Like
I I do not. Nah, bring in those guys. We'll figure out the rest. Um, I think you were on to something earlier. Do you remember the dude, the LRG dude, LRG guy, like the dude that was, you know,
ooh, so I ain't fresh.
yeah, I ain't fresh. Him. We were supposed to do a pod about him, and we didn't. Um,
We overdoing a lot of pies to be honest.
yeah. And this is what kind of, everybody was like, he ain't, there was people saying that he wasn't fresh at one point. You know what I'm
Cuz was
saying?
fresh. He was fresh.
Yeah,
Cuz was
he
fresh.
was fresh.
Yeah.
Recipes. That's a solid fit in all 50 states. Super solid fit. No matter where he go, he ready for it. If it's a date, he good. If he's at Applebee's, he's good. If he's at the movies, he's good. If he's at a Pelicans game, he's good.
Yeah.
If he's at his grandma's house, he's good. Like if he at the bar, he's good. Like it did. Like that's a state. That's a staple. That is a sample of like black heritage. That's what he was doing. That's what he was providing. That man can win in any state, dressed exactly how he was, and we saw it. We saw it. Now, Lito, for shits and giggles,
Yeah.
that outfit alone probably cost that dude what? Shoes and all, maybe $200. Polo, Polo probably ran him. If he got it at probably, TJ Maxx or some shit, probably hit him for 50. The jeans probably hit him for $79.99. And the shoes, give or take 120.
Let me see. All right, go
Maybe
ahead.
I'm a little maybe okay, let's go. Let's just go 250.
Yeah. Okay.
250 on the fit. And you think to yourself, $250 fit that he can wear multiple times, you know, and win in multiple styles. And you got cats out here that's buying $1,000 shoes to lose. That ain't gonna get you play everywhere. Just because you got, you trying to get them fits off on you, like on Instagram, brother. That's not how the game go. The game
brother.
is the game is sold by being told.
Come
You
on,
gotta you gotta use the words that God gave you to get, like, bro. I've won in basketball shorts. I've
can
won in Crocs,
yeah, yeah,
a t-shirt,
yeah.
a
Let him cook.
polo tee,
Let
the
him.
three pack, the three
He
pack
good.
with the polo at the bottom. At the
He
bottom. Y'all
good.
know what I'm talking? Y'all know what I'm talking about? No, y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
Come on,
Y'all don't. I know y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
come on.
And Lito, we're talking about this time warp. There seems to be a divide where the messages is not getting through to the youngsters. Look at this fit. Look at this fit. You know why? The fit is so economically safe. He was able to upsize his drinks.
You see the drinks. You see the drinks. Whataburger not cheap.
It's not. It's magically delicious.
It's my favorite fast food chain out there. So yeah.
It's an elite restaurant with the fade. And I saw this brother right here. He should have a statue somewhere. He was I have a do-rag on. This brother woke up, and I bet money after he washed his face, he put the hot towel on his head. He put the hot towel on his head. This
We
brother
potting
here
now.
he needs to be in the Smithsonian right now.
We potting now. Hey, listen, check this out. Shout out to brother Derek. He got one thing that the Pelicans don't have:
What's that?
a foundation.
Ooh.
The fit got a
Ooh.
foundation. The fit, no matter, like you said, no matter what 50 state
Run it
he in it.
back.
He
Run
in
it
it.
back.
Let me see. Hold on. Man, where is that?
Say how
You
we can
gotta.
man change the thing so we both
What you trying to do?
the screen layout so we can both see it. Oh, you probably have to upload it.
Let me see.
Hold on.
Hold on.
We potting still. Hold on. How we can nope.
Nope.
Let's see. Either way. I thought it was a way.
Damn,
I
maybe
thought it was
not. That's way. All right. So hold on. You can't see it?
no, I can see it. I just want everybody to see it and see us. We just wanted it to be.
Oh, word, word, word,
Don't worry
word.
about it. We'll fix that later. Run it back.
Hold up.
Hold up. Yeah. Hold up.
Come
Hold
on,
up.
man.
We figuring it out.
Come on, man.
We figuring it out.
Man, hit a play, bro. Hey,
Look at
listen.
this fit, man.
One thing about polos, they timeless.
Timeless.
They timeless. You know what that's like? That's like running a play for your best player to get open. Running or running a
Ooh.
play in general. Like just running a play, having a play and not having a free flowing offense where there's no flow. You know what a free flowing offense is with no flow is like? You ever been in a house that ain't have no ventilation?
It's hot.
It's hot, but it's not hot in a good way.
Mm-mm.
It's hot with humidity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this right here, this fit, that fit tough. Shout out to my dog. And one more thing. One more thing. While we here, to shout out to him bringing LRG back because LRG track jackets, man, if you
You're
missed out
not
on that era,
you're not telling them what they need to know, Lito. Tell them. Don't tell them like they should have been there. Nah. Tell them what it was like. Cause
oh
they
my
could
God.
they can never say that they were there. Nah, you gotta tell them what it was like
Say,
so they can
bro, listen,
understand.
back in, I want to say what, maybe oh 03, oh
Yeah.
02, maybe? Should we even go back to oh 01? Maybe oh 01 to 2009? If you had an LRG track jack, because y'all don't know the ticket on there. That's the thing. Paying that ticket for a track jacket in 02, oh 03,
Old money.
yeah, they looked at you a little differently. Like you had to understand,
See, because things were priced properly, right? Things were
yeah,
priced properly. So if you had one of them, it was like, yeah, this was like the thing to have. You didn't have to buy. You wasn't spending $1,000 on the whole fit.
nah.
That's asinine.
I'm about to start wearing LRG again. I don't give a shit, man. Like I like LRG, man. Lifted Research Group. Shout out to
Shout
y'all.
out to y'all.
The thing that the Pelicans need to be, yo, roster construction in general is just like I don't understand. I know like people probably go watch this shit and be like, what the fuck are they talking about? But it's just like if you don't get it, you ain't really live it. And I can't really explain it to you. You know what I'm saying? So you just had to
Lito,
be somewhere.
you talk about roster construction and you talk about free flowing. It's almost like they put Zion in they say Zion is the Mississippi River. Like they put a dam
Okay.
around the Mississippi River. That's what they did.
Wow.
They put a dam. Like, why are you stopping the flow of the water? You need the water to survive. That makes no sense.
I I think that I think that who you blame that on? Is that on coaching or is that on roster construction?
Just like anybody that builds a dam, there's more than just one person that has to sign off on certain things. Multiple levels of incompetence have severely interrupted the flow of said water. Multiple levels. There's not just one person. There's no that problem does not fall at one person's feet. But those who allow a problem to occur are just as guilty as the people that have caused it. So
Uh,
it's a little bit of roster construction, but to be honest, just like water finds a way around things.
man, that's good, man. I've been watching Bruce Lee documentaries. Be
Be like
water.
water.
Yeah.
Be like water, my friend.
The thing with to tie this all back into it, the Pelicans are not water. The Pelicans
Mm.
are quicksand. It's quicksand. Um and not only that, like I'm with you. It's 50-50. It's like going Dutch on a dinner date. They
Ooh.
they they 50-50. It's
Hmm.
50-50. It's 50% on Willie Green. It's 50% on roster construction. I wasn't on a pie yesterday where y'all talked about, I don't know if y'all talked about, I didn't even get a chance to really watch it yet, but obviously Trajan is gone.
Mm.
Shout out to Bryce.
Shout out to Bryson.
You know what I'm saying? We love to see that. I'm curious
Uh,
to see the type of
no,
general manager Bryce is going to be. And I hope Bryce has his own leeway and he's not under the thumb of said president.
yeah, I mean, I think it's extremely difficult. Matter of fact, congratulations to Bryson. Like I said this yesterday, I'm all for people getting jobs that they probably, wouldn't have got any other way. I'm all for people getting money that
Yeah.
they probably did. Hey, bro, I just kind of like dude was an intern and navigated his way to becoming a GM.
Hey, bro,
That
Eric
does
Spoelstra did it.
that doesn't happen by happenstance, right? Like, shout out to that man. I'm all for people getting money, getting jobs, and they had to figure out a way to get there. Hey, I'm with it. But my only issue is going to be he's going to get blamed for things that he won't be able to control. He will
So
be just like Trajan. Go ahead.
no. Finish your thought.
No,
My bad. My
no, no,
bad.
no, no. Just like Trajan had been trying to get out of New Orleans the year after he got here. That had nothing to do with like New Orleans in general, but Trajan couldn't manage. He couldn't. Not to say that he couldn't, but he couldn't. Right? He had to figure out a way.
I yes. So that's my my fear. I don't want him to move out of I don't want him to make moves out of fear. I don't want him to make moves out of uh quote unquote necessity. I mean, kind of sort of. I want him to make moves with foresight though. I want him to be able to I want him to be Brandon Stark. I want him to see the future right from the Raven tree if you don't get that, I'm not really about to explain it. But
Uh,
I want him to be able to do these things. Now, listen, this is his first general manager job. Is he fit to do that? Does he have the experience? I don't know. I will hope that, you
no,
know, go ahead.
no, I'm saying I think he's a good evaluator of talent. I'm sure he is. My only issue is like, is he gonna be able? Is he gonna have the leeway to do his job?
So you saying is
Right?
he Dell Demps?
I don't know if he Dell Demps, but we just saw JB Bickerstaff get fired because he was coaching. Right? Like, is Bryson gonna even be able to general manage? Is he? Is he really gonna have that opportunity of like, all right, yo, this is what I'm wanna do, and this is what we're gonna do, without having somebody else approve each and every like he's a general manager.
Why you two questions. Why you feel like Trajan wanted to leave so bad? I mean, I kind of feel like I understand why. Nah, I do know why. But for the person who's not familiar,
Think about
why?
this. Oh,
Mhm.
go ahead.
No, I
I was
wonder
like,
why did Trajan want to leave so bad, and why was it so hard? Like, why did nobody else want to give him an opportunity?
it's like, what is Trajan credited for? Right? Most people will say like Spencer Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert, but that didn't happen here in New Orleans, right? He'll be most people will think of like the move to get Trey Murphy, right? And they'll think about her getting Herb in the second round, but it's never like put out there, maybe in NBA circles, but I don't think so. Like, who do you credit that with? Everybody's like, it's like a group project and everybody getting like half credit. But there had to be
Mhm.
somebody that looked at Trey and was like, hey man, we should probably move back and still get this kid Trey at 17. Or we should, get Herb in the second round. I don't think they understood that Herb would be this good, but cool. But then you also look at, okay, they drafted Kyra and they had to move him. They Dyson is probably on that same trajectory at this point. Like, well, who made those moves? But nobody gets credit. You know what? That's the real issue. Everybody wants credit when things go good, but people don't
Mm,
want credit when shit goes bad.
okay,
That's the real
I'm, gl-
fucking
I,
issue.
I'm glad you said that. Cause why nobody want credit?
That fucking card is canceling out. Like maybe they overdrafted.
We try to give them credit.
Give it to them. That's what they want,
I'm
right?
I'm a little confused. Like what's
The credit is right there. Bank of Pel America.
I mean what I don't know, man. All I can tell you is this. All I can tell you is this. In reference to what you're saying, people still think that David Griffin is the general manager. People still out there think that Griff is the GM, and every time we have these conversations, like I talk to people on the street and they be like, "Well, Griff did this and Griff did that," and I'm like, maybe. However, Griff is not the GM. Like, I'm not saying don't blame Griff. I'm just saying,
How how many senior level executives that sit above GMs across the NBA do you know the names of?
bro. Like, not to be honest, not many.
Not many. And that's insane to even process that the executive vice president handles all of the deals. And like, what is the purpose of the general manager then?
I don't know because like you see Griff's like post game press. We did a breakdown of that. Shout out to Justin and Chaz. We did a breakdown of Griff's exit interview presser, and it's crazy because like he's the one who's talking about changes that need to be made, and I don't necessarily like. Obviously, if you have a job, you've gotten literature from the president of a company before
Mhm.
don't necessarily go that way. They don't. There's a chain of command where they don't necessarily give you the full scope of things. He may relay the information to the general manager. General manager then disseminates the information to you. You can't just go to the GM. I mean, excuse me. You can't just go to the president and like get these.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like it's crazy. You know what? I know what it is. You know what Griff does? He does this.
CR match. I saw
accusations.
These are not accusations. This is
False accusations.
And
That's what he does. He does that. Hey man, you know what? It's good to be free, man. It's good to be free.
It is. It is. Who's the general manager of the Boston Celtics?
I do not know.
You do know. It's Brad Stevens.
I thought Brad was the president.
Mm-mm. Nope. General manager.
Okay. Okay. Well, I did know. Yes,
You
I
do.
did know that.
Danny Ainge, when he was, Danny Ainge, if he, I think it was at Utah, right?
Yeah, but I don't. Is he the GM?
I think so. No, he's actually not.
Okay.
Justin Zanuck. Anyway, I'm just pointing out, like, and I think that's in the bowl of handful of people that we know that sit above, a general manager. But usually you still hear from the general manager. Like, even in these organizations, like, you still hear from the general managers about deals and things that have been made or possibilities. Like, Trajan didn't talk much. We probably can all count on our hands how many times we've heard Trajan talk about things without Griff being there. Like, Griff had a whole segment during a broadcast multiple times.
Griff running around like he Tupac.
Thug
Hey,
life.
but you know what? That's and I can't say that. I was about to say that's Trajan's fault, but I can't say that because if he's under the thumb of somebody, he can't speak freely. He can't say what it is that he wants to say. Shout out to Brad Stevens though, man, because god damn, like to go from college head coach, NBA head coach, general manager, and he ain't missed yet.
Mm-mm.
I'm talking about like even replacing the champ. They didn't win the
You know,
championship, but
Dog, think about this. He's the head coach, right? Let's see. All right, he loses a national championship at Butler against Duke, right? Just had to add that part in there.
yeah, terrible game.
Next year, I think they've already drafted Jason Tatum, and then he gets them to the finals, right? They have a little run at it. They get to Brad Stevens promotes himself essentially, right? Promotes himself to general manager. They hired his first objective. They hire Ime Udoka. Ime gets that team to the finals. Next year, he has trouble, issues, right? They let him go or put him on suspension. He gets to Houston. They make another great decision by having Joe Mazzulla. Like that, if you want to talk about a process in place, like strategy of like if shit goes left, this is what we need to do, and have people to be able to do a job and do it right. Like, I kind of got to give Brad Stevens like the Godfather talk. Like he almost up there with Pat in a sense. Like, what has he missed at?
I mean, yeah, he even bro, even players like you get Drew, you get Porzingis, you get rid of a fan favorite and Marcus Smart. Yo, you know how gutsy, you know. Pause. I'm just go pause it. Matter of fact, hold up.
Hey yo.
Hey yo. That was beforehand. You know how. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Hold on, one more time. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Yo, you know how big your nuts have to be to make a move? Like I told you I was going. I double paused it though. I double paused it. It was the only way I could describe it. Like it was no.
Go ahead, dog.
You know what type of intestinal fortitude you gotta have in order to
Hey,
get rid
yo,
of
boy.
to get rid of a guy and Marcus Smart. Bro, the Pelicans all the time talk about culture and culture setters. Marcus Smart was literally the heartbeat of that team. He was
This
the
dude had green hair. He won Defensive Player of the Year as a guard. That's something that hadn't been done in like 20-something years. And they was like, it's time
let
to
me
let
see.
Marcus go.
Let me see. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at you. Be cool though.
And I'm sure there was some Celtics fans that were like mad, because they were attached to a player. But then they started winning and like, all right, well, Marcus will be all right.
Dog, there was a quote. I don't remember who said this, but they were giving props to Boston.
I didn't even mention that. Damn.
What's up?
They fucking let go Danny Ainge. Like, we still didn't think about like that dynamic.
Damn,
Like,
that's crazy, right?
probably Brad Stevens was like, either I leave or he leave it. Like, we could work out the coach and shit later, but he gotta go.
Not only does he have to go, but I'm getting promoted and I'm gonna replace myself. Boy, that's gangster.
Gangster.
Wow. Man, what type of
Right.
what
Mob
Brad got
like.
going on, man?
Mob like, yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Like, you got rid of a Hall of Famer, dog.
A dude who, bro, not only that, he a Hall of Famer, but he was a Hall of Famer with that team.
Bro, like, Danny Ainge at one time was like treated like the boogeyman. If Danny Ainge called your phone, like you didn't want to pick up, I'm sure for if you're other GMs. Like the deal with Brooklyn, like that crippled them for like 7-8 years. They
Hold
picked
up.
up, was that KG and Paul Pierce, and they sent all those picks that ended up being Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you because I just read a headline that said Danny Ainge said he needed a break from Boston. He needed a break from Boston. Simply needed a change of scenery. And by the way, my 26 years in Boston were an amazing experience. Your change of scenery had to be Utah. I ain't never needed a change of scenery. Listen. If anybody from Utah is watching this,
Oh no, all disrespect to
go
Utah.
holler at Vernon Maxwell. Yeah,
All disrespect.
I set him up because I was about to not apologize. But
My bad.
no, you good. You good. I feel like I don't know. Like what's stopping the Pelicans from having this type of bro, I don't want to be a loser no more.
Nah, man, I don't want to either.
I want to win.
You know what? You know what's crazy, bro? Look at the Pacers, right? Like, I wouldn't even trip. Like, I don't want to be a loser, but I wouldn't even trip losing like that.
You got there. You got to the ECF, man.
Them boys went out. They went out on their shield.
And you play you played them competitively 2 games in a row. Really, you should have won the last 2 games. It should be 3-2 without Halliburton.
And the way we're talking about the Pelicans. I mean, talking about the Pacers right now is how Pelicans fans are talking about the Pelicans getting to the play-in. Like, 2 totally different circumstances. Oh, we made it. We just played a better team and like, nah, fuck that. Like, where's the progress at?
My problem, just like you said, my problem for real is that the people, the front office is sitting in a locker. I mean, an office or whatever they sit in. I don't know. Who knows what type of sitting situation Griff has going on in that building. That was crazy.
Sitting situation is wild, but continue, dog.
It was pause worthy. What's up?
Nah, just he was towing the line a little bit.
I'm just saying, like they could be sitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they
Yeah, I
sitting?
feel you.
You
I
know,
feel you.
like
You good? You
are they
good?
bar stools? Like what? Like
Apparently.
what's up, man? Man, but look, my problem is like they are in the office high fiving each other, giving each other pats on the back. Yo, man, we made it, man. It was a successful season. I don't know how you look at the success. I don't know how you look at this season and deem it successful. My problem for real, and I think this is my general problem with New Orleans in general, is the mentality. Um, You've been losing for so long that you have adapted it. I see people on the timeline arguing. Look, bro, I get it. If Trey Young is not your he doesn't get your adulation as a player because of whatever reason. I get it. Okay, cool. Not your primary candidate. I think that if you sitting up here and tell me though that there's a better option, or if Garland is not good enough, like who are these options? Where are these options at that you think you'll get a top 10 player in offense and defense? And how, like, for instance, Yo, Five, look, I'm not saying this. I love Herb Jones to death.
No, go ahead. I know what you're about to say.
His value may never be higher.
Understood.
It may never be higher. If you have to, if you have to get a player to pair with Zion Williamson in order to take this organization further, and you have to include her in the deal, unfortunately, that just may be something you have to do.
Yeah, there ain't no shot at her. That's just the belly of the business. Like
And
you
and
didn't
hopefully
develop.
Herb take that deal and he get paid more. He get hopefully he gets his money on the extension.
I think that's the real issue is you put yourself in a situation where you had to give up your all world defensive player in the first time he won, first team all defense because you didn't develop the other guy or you didn't do what you needed to do or you didn't move Brandon sooner. Like these are all moves because of you. You're just fixing mistakes. You're not like bettering the team when they're like, a game or 4 games away from the NBA finals. No. You're you're in a slow rebuild, Matt, a full rebuild, right? To the outside looking in, you're just trying to build off Zion. But to be honest with you, you need to reset yourself, and you should have reset yourself last year by getting Scoop. But whatever.
We talked about timelines and timelines resetting, and I think like not only school, it's just it's minimal moves. I see the discourse on the timeline about Daniel Gafford and how his minutes have been a negative. And look, I'm not here to
To
argue
who?
with you,
To
huh?
who? To the Mavs?
Yeah, they say his
Oh man,
minutes have
fuck.
been negative. His minutes have been atrocious, but you can't tell me he wouldn't be better than Larry Nance. Like regardless of whatever you say in that situation, he would be better than Larry Nance for the Pelicans moving forward. Derek Lively is who you wish Jackson Hayes could have become.
Yep.
And you know what that is? You know what
What that,
you know what that goes back to?
what does that go back to?
It's a bad designer shoe. It's a bad designer shoe, man. I wish I had a picture of the designer shoes that I'm talking about, but I think y'all get the idea. I think y'all get the drift. I don't know, dog. I don't know. Who realistically, I've heard that Mobley was the ideal target for the Pelicans. I don't think that's gonna happen. Realistically, if there's a move, personally, I think if you get Garland, you got to get Allen too.
Mhm.
Whatever you got to do to make that happen. Um, I don't think Trey Young is as available as they making it seem. Well, I don't put it like this. I don't think Trey Young's value is as low as the NBA is making it seem. Is
Um,
there an ideal trade, Pelicans trade for you?
it would have to be Trey, and if you can get Trey and Kongu, that'd be great, right? But I'm scared of Atlanta, to be honest with you, because they could look at this two different ways. If Minnesota gets swept, right,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to pay Cat, right? What if Atlanta calls and like, all right, you pride yourself on defense, right? Nas Reed's gonna ascend again, right? You got a Rudy. Now you just need another wing, per se.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they say, okay, we're gonna send DeJounte and a filler for Cat? And now you got Cat and Trey Young to build around in Atlanta.
That's filthy.
That's fucking filthy. So
You
I'm
know, and the
like,
crazy thing, the first thing people gonna say is like, well, who gonna play defense?
if you can't tell about these playoffs, if you ain't got two guys, because you need two. This is not a league where you just have one anymore. No, 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 my friend. No, no, no. You need two. And I think the Pelicans finally realized, like, hey, we may not have what we thought we had. Right? You need two guys that need four sets of eyes. No, two sets of eyes.
I was
And
about to
maybe a
say
half.
you
Yes, 8 people.
nah, you talking about an alien. You talking about
Yeah.
Wendy.
Yeah. Nah, you need two sets of eyes. Right? On those, well, I guess I was right. Two guys that need four sets, like two for each, right? That needs attention on them at all times. And that's why PJ Washington is knocking down corner threes like it's nothing, right? And Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have been balling like this since they, started hooping together, right? Like, so you need guys like that on your team that handle the pressure of taking all the shots, and then the other guys just kind of fill in where they are. But you need to start with those two guys first, and I think Atlanta is poised for that. Maybe Golden State calls for Cat. Like, there's so many other options. The Pelicans, if they're smart, jump quick. Don't try to wait shit out. Get the best offer you can and make it the best one. And don't look back.
You know the Pelicans don't have a center on the roster.
Yeah, man, I heard that once or twice or 17 times at this point.
Like
Speaking of number 17, man, that guy was good.
that's my dog, man. Rest in peace, comrade. Not that you died, but you died in the Pelicans jersey, meaning like you expired, like you no longer here, your contract is ended. But then that was my dog, man. He was a solid center, man. Dude just came to play basketball. That's all he did. He ain't really get involved in the foolishness.
He was a no limit soldier for sure.
Percy would have definitely had him in the chain. Like he'd have made sure my son was well taken care of with the chain.
Fun fact: did you know that Lithuania is their national team is sponsored by the Grateful Dead, the band?
Did not know that. How the hell did that come together?
I've been doing a little research. We'll talk about it, but yeah, man, it's crazy. It's been like that for a minute too. Yeah.
Jerry Garcia. Damn. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Fun fact. Rest in peace, Jerry Garcia. The Cherry Garcia uh ice cream from damn, I can't think of who makes it.
The people that do all the funny ice creams.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow. This is crazy. Hold up. Cherry Garcia. Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry. Yep.
Damn, I want some ice cream.
Ice cream does
Um,
sound good.
yeah, man. Let's see. Yeah. Anything you feel like 54 minutes? Anything you feel like we
Nah, I think we landed our plane. I think, you know, the Pelicans got to stop being something that's not of the cloth of the city and state. Designer shoes are probably cool in other places, and sometimes I guess they're cool here, but they can't be a staple. My God, too gaudy.
It's
They
no
can't.
way. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, man, it's just like what happened to the realness? What happened to the essence of the city? What happened to that? Like we pulling up in games like this, like we're losing recipes, and that's why the food tastes so bland.
Man. Yo, why y'all don't rep Dicky fits no more, man? Y'all too good for Dicky fits now? You can't pull a Dicky fit off? What's going on, man? Like, then the pants be fitted. You got the fitted Dicky pants on? Come on, man. Do like Jesus did, bro. Jesus basically was walking around Jerusalem in a Dicky fit, but he had on like the Air Jesus ones. Like, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's a Jesus quote. Check this out, man. Look, check this out. I'm saying that to say, Pels, look, I'm tired of being a loser. I want y'all to win. I don't want y'all to feel like you gotta win a specific way with good character people. You know what I'm saying? Get some guys in here who used to sell crack. Like, get some guys in here who like have a torn past. Get
Yeah,
some guys in here who get a Pat Bev in here. You know what I'm saying? Get just somebody who gon' you know my problem five. The Pels got so many nice guys on the team. Nice guys. Like, listen, this is not a shot at Jose when I say this. Man, you're not gonna do that to Najee and Jose. Dog, Jose is 5'11". Maybe. Maybe. What do you mean? If he gonna be the nah, bro. Nah. I'm gonna end the show right here because I'm not trying to disrespect Jose. You know what I'm saying? But before we get out of here, you got anything you want to add to the people, man?
nah, man. Trust nobody's word but your own.
Straight up. Make sure you keep the grass cut. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see a snake when it's coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Before we get out of here.
Wanna up the score with him.
Uh, yeah. Say Drake.
I heard you like I'm young.